Rush Limbaugh is saying that Sarah Palin is ready to be president. Rush Limbaugh did an interview with Fox News Sunday's Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace acting essentially like a bowl of jelly for Rush's rants, barely questioning them. Rush Limbaugh looking very bizarre, skinny, tan, and with completely white, false teeth. And we know that he's been involved in a lot of cosmetic dentistry lately. Some say it's because of his painkiller abuse, that it really can do quite a bit of damage to the teeth. And you won't be able to see this video at home, but you can easily look it up online. Very bizarre, bright white Rush Limbaugh teeth, skinny, tan, rolling all over Chris Wallace, and saying things as absurd as that Sarah Palin is ready to be president after she was so clearly rebuked from her attempt at even being the vice president. Let's take a listen.
Sarah Palin, you say that you admire her backbone. Do you really think she's ready to be president?
Well, yes, I do. See, I am one thing I do not do is follow conventional wisdom. And the conventional wisdom in Sarah Palin is she's not smart enough, she needs to bone up on the issues, she's a little unsophisticated, Alaska, where's that? Doesn't have the pedigree. I've seen, she's the only thing that provided any kind of a spark for the Republican Party. Now, this is not an endorsement, but I do have profound respect for Sarah Palin. There are not very many politicians who's been through what she's been put through, and still able to smile and be ebullient and upbeat. I mean, this woman, I think, is pretty tough.
Finally, some politics. You predict a possible bloodbath for Democrats in 2010.
I really do. I know that there is an eruption waiting to happen at the ballot box.
Okay. So Rush Limbaugh just having his way with Chris Wallace, and the questions are just teed right up for him, and he's just swinging at the ball. These interviews are fun to watch, but they are so clearly not journalism in any sense of the word, are they?
I wouldn't go that far here. I mean, it's pretty, he's asking him his opinion, and we all know Rush Limbaugh's opinion.
But it's being asked in the context of that anybody may disagree with Rush, anybody may ask him to follow up. It's not that way, though. The questions are being just set up. They're ready to go. Rush gives his answer. There's no discussion. There's no critique. There's no analysis. It's Chris Wallace reading very softball, pre-prepared questions. I mean, you predict a bloodbath for the Democrats in 2010. It's not even really a question.
It's not a question,
It's
no.
just comment, rant. Rush, please, rant. I don't know.
Doing exactly what he does on his show.
Absolutely.
On Fox.
Levi Johnston, if you remember, who I believe is the father of Sarah Palin's daughter's kid. What's going on with this guy? He has been coming out lately against Sarah Palin. And I have to tell you, Lewis, I find it pretty compelling. And here he is saying he didn't agree with Sarah Palin saying, "Where's my retarded baby?" Literally, this is what he's saying. Take a listen.
Just coming home from work and, she'd be like, "Where's my retarded baby?" All this, and, it just wasn't right. I mean, I didn't ever say anything to her, but at the same time, we were all just kind of like, I was just in shock for the first time I heard it, and then it kind of, she said if she'd say it, regularly, and I was just like, I think she was joking, but it still, doesn't make it right. But.
Wow, that is bizarre. Sarah Palin allegedly referring to her son as her retarded baby. And lastly today, that Louisiana Justice we talked about, Lewis, that refused to marry interracial couples, he's resigned. He resigned in person at the Louisiana Secretary of State's office, said spokesman Jacques Berry. The state Supreme Court will appoint an interim justice of the peace to fill Bardwell's position, Berry said, and a special election will be held to fill the position permanently. Bardwell is a justice for the peace for Tangipahoa Parish, I believe is how it's said, refused to perform a marriage ceremony for Beth Humphrey and her boyfriend Terrence McKay, both of Hammond, Louisiana, because they were not of the same race. And he says he doesn't do interracial marriages. Couple filed a federal discrimination lawsuit against Bardwell and his wife on October 20th, claiming that the two violated the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Bardwell, in speaking with CNN affiliate WBRZ, said he was advised that I needed to step down because they was going to take me to court and I was going to lose, insisting he would do the same thing again. I found out I can't be a justice of the peace and have a conscience, because he claims you can't possibly have a conscience if you agree to marry interracial couples. Amazing.
Fascinating. Big surprise he was asked to step down.